from the trenches, where he's been benched what seemed like an endless amount of seconds. The tension built inside him is second to none. He must end this week or due to no breakfast. For 40 nights he's been famished. Sentences barely form out of his breath as a stench fills the room with the dead. Scarce to remember what did this, but relentless in his vision to send this to its grave and move out of the pit of the headless. Ego bitten and friendless, evil ridden, despondent, barely responsive, but with a will stronger than God's, which has his heart beating at a pace just above 40, aching, but he got this. The next morning he awakes from a stupor which has his head racing in a loop, but he knows this is his chance to make a run for the exit. Uses a broken femur to shatter the lock which has him locked in the steamer. Calls past the sleeping slaves as he lemurs up to the window, but as soon as he slips through the cracks, he hears a yell and feels a hand on his splint toe and pulls him back.
Tearing out pieces.
Another attempted escape has sealed his fate. Down in the hole so they feel his hate has undertaken his faith of a life without shackles and chains, burning by one's failure to correlate. Not a soul can relate to the bruises and aches. Torture is mental, physical can take the mutilation, but this isn't video games. They stole every ounce of pride that demanded a thanks. Carpooled into a system and created a plague, desecrated his immune system until it shakes. Nothingness haunts the hallways which once were made of grace. Everything great has been taken down deeper than the grave. The darkness is inviting him further as he pales in the gates. Thin air leaves his lungs shallow, tongue without no taste. Two faces appear out of the land of the waste. Gives him two options with haste, prognostic with a case of malicious lace. Beautiful and twisted, gives him a vicious angst to give in. Then from underneath, a woman dressed in black rises up to kiss his face.
Tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you.
We are not who we become when we are inside the darkness. We are the innocence that holds our head above water even when the rest of us is drowning. Although our minds will always remember what we have been through and what we have done, our hearts can be redeemed of the mistakes we have made through our journeys on this earth. It is time to move on.
You tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you.